welcome back to the Nest. What I have for you all today is a video around goal setting as well as goal planning, a little bit of goal planning as well. Now, I want to give a disclaimer about how I approach goals. For me, goals and intentions are two totally separate things. So while I may not have a massive amount of goals in certain areas of my life, I may have more intentions in those areas of my life, and I'll kind of explain what I mean when I get to the certain sections, the certain areas of my life that I have goals. So if you are interested in seeing me talk about my goals and talking through goals with me while maybe inspiring you to create some goals as well, stay tuned. Okay, before we get into the video, I do want to announce the winner of the cash giveaway that was in my previous video regarding savings challenges. Now, I first want to say that I am so appreciative of all of the love that you all showed me on my previous video. I had my highest views ever on that particular video, and you guys were just so engaging in the comments, and I just wanted to let you all know that I just appreciate you all so much. So what I will actually be doing, instead of giving away $50 to one person, I'm going to be giving away $50 to two people. So I'm going to be giving away a total of $100, $50 to each person. This comment is going to be, and I'm going to pop it up on the screen, it's going to be from Life and Money with Gab. Her comment says, my saving plan for 2021 is to add $3,600 to my emergency fund. I should go ahead and do an additional 52-week challenge, just have to pick one. And then of course she said that she likes the video and all that jazz. So congratulations, ma'am. What I'm going to do is, because I did not ask people to put their information as far as how they prefer to be paid in their comment. So what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you send me an email or DM me on Instagram what your preference is on how you prefer to be paid, whether that's through Cash App or Venmo or PayPal. And I really probably would prefer that you send me an email. And my email is below in the description box, simply because I want to verify that you are you. So definitely make sure you send me an email from your account that you commented with. And I'll actually be adding comments under the winners so that they will be notified that they won. I would hope that everyone's watching this video so that they know that they won, but I'm also going to put a comment at the, I'm going to reply to your comment so that you get a notification that you actually won. So just like I said, shoot me an email and I will get your $50 over to you in the method that you so choose, whether that's Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal, because those are the only three I have. So all right, so then the next surprise winner, since I'm going to be giving away $100 instead of just $50, the next winner of the $50 cash prize is going to be, and I'm hoping I'm saying your name right, is Miss Jillian Sanford. And I'm going to post her comment here. It says, I'm currently a college student with an on-campus job. COVID has helped me save a lot because I no longer spend money on going out. This coming year, I want to focus on putting 30% of my paycheck into savings and keep it there. I hear that. And I was really happy to see her comment, because I think more college students, people that have not really gotten to the point where they settled into careers and doing things like that, I think it is so important for them to start thinking about savings and creating a savings habit so that those habits can kind of transfer into when they do, become established in their career and things like that. Simply because from experience, I was not like that in college. I was not thinking about savings. Even though I did work while I was in college, I just was not worried about savings. I was not. And that I see how that affected me when I got into like real adulthood. So I was really appreciative to see her comment regarding being in college and trying to be cognizant about savings. So same for you, Miss Sanford. Shoot me an email using your account that you actually commented with, and let me know what your preference is on receiving your funds. Alrighty. so let's go ahead and get into today's video, which is regarding my 2021 goals. So as I mentioned earlier in the intro, I look at goals and intentions to be two totally different things. Goals are more so, and even more of a little bit disclaimer, I'm a nurse by trade. So in nursing school, as well as in jobs that I've had, we learned about something called SMART goals when creating care plans and things like that. So SMART goals, and I'll probably put the acronym up here, but essentially SMART goals, they need to be specific, measurable, obtainable, relatable, and time bound. So meaning that your goals should be specific to you. They should be created in a way that they can be measured so that you can track your progress, and that keeps you motivated. And then they also should be obtainable, which means let's not create some goal that's just very unrealistic. You want it to be obtainable. Your goal needs to be relatable. It needs to relate to you. That's because who would want a goal that doesn't relate to anything that their life is about? So it definitely needs to be relatable. And then time bound, meaning that you have a set time frame on like deliverables within that goal. So you may not have a set time frame on the goal itself, but maybe within that goal you have certain deliverables at certain time intervals that help you achieve that overall goal. And like I said, I will kind of show you all what I mean. And then with intentions are completely separate from goals. Intentions are kind of based around things that you feel you need to change within your life or about yourself. So a goal and an intention is not the same thing. I have many intentions for 2021. However, these are just more so my goals, my specific goals for 2021. So let's go ahead and get into it. I separated my goals out into 3 different categories. They are my personal goals, my career goals, and my financial goals. Again, that may not encompass everything that I plan to achieve or do in 2021, because like I said, I also have intentions. So let's go ahead and get started. First, we're going to talk about personal goals. I'm saving financial goals for last, in case anyone was wondering. I'm saving those for last. So personal goals. My first personal goal, I only have 2, is to achieve goal weight. Little backstory behind that: when I got into nursing school, I've never been a heavyset girl, but I also was never thin either. I was always kind of more on the thicker side. But when I went into nursing school, my weight did kind of, I don't want to say balloon up, because I'm not excessively overweight, but I'm certainly overweight for my height. I'm going to say that. And I have been struggling. Weight loss has been a struggle of mine for a while. And I really want to become more dedicated to this goal and achieving my goal weight. So that is my first goal. That is my first personal goal for the year. Now, I do have a specific goal weight as well, but I don't want to get too much into detail in this video because I don't want it to be too long. So I do have a goal weight in mind, and I also have a date on which I want to achieve that goal weight. I haven't necessarily sat down and thought about how, like, broken that into increments, like maybe this, by month, I want to lose this much weight by month or by quarter, but I do have a set date in 2021 where I want to achieve this goal weight. So like I said, that goes back to the acronym that I showed at the beginning about SMART goals. So you just want to be sure that all of your goals are meeting those elements of a SMART goal. If you choose to use that model, that just comes natural to me because, like I said, I learned it in nursing school and I use it currently in work. All right, so my next goal is to take at least 2 trips. Now, my life was all set up in 2021 when it came to travel. No, in 2020, sorry. My life was completely set up when it came to travel for 2020. Then you know what occurred, and all of my plans just were demolished. So, because I am considered high risk, I was not willing to risk travel right now. Even as it got later into the year and things seemed to kind of be okay and stuff started to open back up, I just still was not comfortable. So I completely canceled all of my travels in 2020, and I am shifting focus to
travel in 2021, and I would at least like to go on 2 trips. I said 2 trips simply because we're pretty, I mean, next year is pretty much next week. So, and I don't see things really getting any better in the first and second quarter of the year. I just don't. It may, but I really don't. So I'm hoping to do 2 trips, and I'm hoping to do them like towards the end of the year. One trip I know for certain is going to take place at the end of the year because I'm going to a wedding, and that is out of town, and I'm just going to make that a trip. I'm going to go probably a few days earlier than the wedding, or probably stay a few days after the wedding, and just make that a trip in itself. And then I'm hoping to take a trip maybe in the fall time. Not really sure where, because I'm not going to just recycle the trips I was planning for this year. I'm just going to come up with something totally new. So that is pretty much the extent of my personal goals. Now, I know what you're saying, Raven, this cannot be all of your personal goals. They technically are. I have many more personal intentions than goals. And what I mean by that is I have intentions to, and I'll just throw out some of my intentions for 2021. I want to take more time out to spend with family and friends. That is something I definitely want to do. That is an intention of mine, to do that. I want to become more aware of self and being the better version of myself. That is an intention of mine. So like I said, intentions are more things that you can't really measure. When it versus, like with goals, like I mentioned, you can measure those. They just, goals are just, like I said, they're measurable, they're specific. Whereas intentions, it's more of, I don't want to say a feeling, but it's more of you making a commitment to change something that you don't like about either your life or yourself. So, like I said, I have many personal intentions, whereas I only have 2 personal goals. All right, so let's move to career goals. And in addition to career goals, I also have career intentions, and I'll get to those at the end. My first career goal is to complete my master's program. I'm currently in school getting my master's in nursing, and I was to be finished at the end of this year. However, things occurred, i.e. Rona. So that kind of held up my progress because I had clinical hours that I had to complete for this, and when all that happened, that just kind of shut a lot of things down. So I'm hoping to finish in quarter 1 of next year. All right, next is a promotion or a job change. I put down promotion or job change because I would like to receive a promotion. I want to stay with my current company, but I do want to elevate to a higher position. The current position I'm in, where I work, it will be 3 years in, I think, June or July that I've been in this particular position, and I just feel that I have received all that I can receive from this job at the moment. I'm a person who is eager to learn and eager to know more things, so that kind of bridges over into my career life as well. So I would like to be promoted to a different position, which I would have to apply for that. It's not just something that would be bestowed upon me. I would have to apply for a higher position at my current company. And then I put or job change because, if there's not a way in your current situation, you got to make a way somewhere else. So there's that. And then my last career goal is to develop my current side hustles to generate $1,000 a month. I have not been as committed to my current side hustles as I probably should have been, and that has definitely contributed a lot to me not being able to achieve the certain things I want to achieve when it comes to revenue for my side hustles. But I definitely intend to make that a priority in 2021, because at some point I would eventually like to be self-employed through my various different side hustles versus continuing to work in corporate America, which is where I currently work as a nurse. So that is definitely a goal of mine. All right, my next section is going to be my financial goals. So, because I talk a lot about money and finances on this on this channel, so I know that this is probably an area that people want to hear about. So, financial goals that I have for 2021. My first goal is, of course, you probably already knew, is to eliminate all consumer debt. Now, I have been on a debt freedom journey for almost 3 years, well before I started this channel. And you would not believe the amount of debt that I had like when I first started my debt freedom journey. I think when I started my channel, the amount of consumer debt I had was like $21,000. Prior to that, I probably had somewhere around like 38,000. And like I said, this is when I first got serious about, paying off debt. Like I said, it was over 3 years ago. It was over 3 years ago when I started my debt freedom journey. Yeah. So I had about 38-ish, somewhere up in there, $1,000 in consumer debt. And by the time I started my channel in July of this year, I had gotten it down to 21,000. So my plan is to completely eliminate all consumer debt in 2021. I'm hoping to do this by the end of Q2. Credit card debt, I'm gonna throw this out there. I'm just gonna put it into the universe. My credit card debt, like all of my loans and credit card debt, like personal type loans, which the only kind of personal type loan that I really have is a 401k loan. So I hope to pay that off, plus all of my credit cards, before the end of Q1. So before the end of Q1, I want to be completely done with credit cards and loans. And then by the end of Q2, I would like to have my car paid off. So once that's done, I would have all consumer debt completely eliminated at that point. And we're going to get to why I'm specifying consumer debt and not just saying debt in totality. All right. So my next goal, and I'm going to move this up. Yeah. My next goal is to save $10,000 towards house. I am currently not living in my own home. And I have lived out in other homes before, but it was always a rental situation. I've never owned a home, like had a mortgage. And that is definitely a goal of mine, to eventually, own my own home. And I'm hoping to actually begin the home looking and buying process at the end of 2021, no later than the beginning of 2022. However, I am saving so that I have money for down payments, as well as money for furniture, appliances, things like that. Because when I left my last rental situation, I gave away all of my furniture and all of my appliances. So probably wasn't smart, but I didn't really care, because I knew that I would be moving back home, and I knew that I would be here for a certain period of time, and I was not interested in paying storage fees. I wasn't interested in doing any of that, so I actually gave all of that away. But that is essentially my plan to put, because I currently already have a house fund, which I contribute money to every paycheck. If you watch my budget videos, you know that I contribute, I think it's like $100 every payday to my house fund. And I'm hoping to increase that as I continue to pay off debt, as well as add an additional $10,000. Now the additional $10,000 is completely separate from what I'm adding in weekly, well, bi-weekly, because I get paid bi-weekly. It's completely different from what I'm adding in bi-weekly. So essentially, I'm hoping to have a nice little hefty nest egg when it comes to the home buying process and all of that. So, and if you saw my previous video for my savings challenges, that is how I plan to save that $10,000 in 2021. And then my last financial goal, we'll just go ahead and remove this. My last financial goal is to develop and begin setting up a plan for tackling student loan debt. And that is what I meant when I was saying that that is why I kind of separated my consumer debt out from like all debt, because I split my debt up into two categories. I have my consumer debt and my student loan debt. That's the only kind of debt I have. And if you have been a loyal watcher from day one, my day ones, if you were one of my day ones, you would know that I have, I think it's just over, I would have to go back and look, it's either right at or it's just over $100,000 in student loan debt. I know that is horrible. That is horrible. But I am going to be developing a plan for tackling my student loan debt, because essentially, my plan is when I finally get into my home, I would prefer to be completely debt free. But let's be real and be honest. $100,000 is a lot of money, and that's going to take me time to kind of whack that down and get rid of that. So, and I'm really ready to be in my own home again. So I'm going to be putting together a plan to tackle my student loan debt. Now, my absolute hope and desire is that I can achieve career goal number 3, which is building my my current side hustles to generate $1,000 a month, because then that could be money that I could use to pay my student loans, if that makes sense. That way I wouldn't have to take that money out of my regular income. So some of these goals are kind of like intertwining in a way. So, which that's a good thing, because I mean, they all if you once you're working on them and you achieve them, they all lead you towards living just a better life. And I'm just very passionate about people living their best lives. So these are my goals for 2021. And what I will do, because what I generally tend to do is I establish my goals, and then I start doing goal planning. I start kind of laying out the steps I need to achieve in order to meet these goals, which, sorry, nurse brain, I'm about to throw this out there. That is considered what we call interventions. So you have goals and then you have interventions. This would be a goal. And then the steps that you would need to take in order to achieve this goal are your interventions. So you want to break your goals down into interventions so that you have a plan, because not having interventions, you just kind of out there, just like, okay, I have this goal, but how do you plan to achieve that goal? How you plan to achieve that goal is through your interventions. So let's just take my weight goal, for example. Interventions for that would be, I'm going to, work out this many. I'm going to start out by working out this many days per week. I'm going to change up my diet to this. I'm going to do this. Those are your interventions. And these interventions will help you in reaching this goal. So I hope that I explained that really well. Alrighty. So lastly, I do want to announce the giveaway for this week. And I'm trying to theme most of my giveaways around what the video is. I just thought that would be very fun and engaging. So what I have for you is a giveaway from Erin Condren. And they have these workbooks that they came out with for this year. And I actually picked up, I think one myself as well. This one is a vision journal or vision notebook, however you want to call it, or you can say vision planner. And it's all about setting up a clear vision for yourself and for your life, and helping you develop, it's called a vision journal, yes. And it is all about setting up a clear vision of what you want your life to be, and helping you develop a strategy in order to make your vision a reality. So there's, I'm sure everyone is familiar with the concept of vision boards. This is kind of very based in that. So you have quite a few pages here that gives you prompts on building and developing your vision. And then you get to these pages, and that's where you actually kind of lay out specific visions. You talk about what the vision is, and then it has the date created, or added to the vision. And then you sit here and you detail what this vision means to me, plans and actions to bring this vision to life. Like I mentioned, those intentions. So you have what the vision means to me, then you have plans and actions to bring the vision to life. And then back here, you kind of can illustrate what the vision is. So similar to a vision board, you can get pictures and clippings, or if you're very artsy, I am not, you could draw different things here and doodle. So and then there's some
And I think it's at the end of each part. Maybe not. No, there's like some dot grid at the back, and then there's also some note pages at the back as well. Oh, and there's also some blank pages at the back for you to do more doodling and drawing, or clipping and putting different things and elements that will illustrate your vision. So I thought this would be really neat to give away to someone to kind of help you on your journey for next year and, you know, making your vision a reality. And then I also am giving away, this is going to be a set, by the way. I'm also going to be giving away this petite planner, and it is a weekly intentions and goal planner. And it talks about here, of course there's some information here, but I wanted to really get over here. It talks about what an intention is, as well as then it gives you what a goal is. So kind of like the things that I said, a goal is much more specific than an intention. Goals are typically more actionable and can have a set timeline. Goals can be completed once they're reached, while intentions aren't usually something you complete. So like I said, and it even gives you examples. So like an example of a goal, I want to walk 15,000 steps a day. I want to take a trip to Mexico. I want to back squat my body weight. And then under intentions, an intention is a guiding principle about how to live your life during whatever time period that you like. Intentions can be broader than goals, like I said. They can be centered on a feeling or action, but don't have to be. And then there's a little bit more information here, and then it gives you an example of an intention. I will be more present. I will focus on putting myself first. I will speak my truth more. So very, very similar to the things that I mentioned for the differences between an intention and a goal. So this planner here, it's a petite planner, and it's like a little workbook, guided workbook that helps you goal set as well as setting up your intentions. So I just think this is going to be so cute. So I actually, like I said, I picked up this one. Yes. It's somewhere downstairs, and I'm not going to go get it right now. But I think I picked up this one. But I did purchase both of these to give away to one of my subscribers. So to earn this lovely little set, what you're going to do is you're going to give us some dialogue down in the comment section about goals, intentions, goal planning, just kind of what you're doing, what you plan to be doing for 2021 around goals or intentions. And then you also must be a subscriber to my page. Just kind of, you know, same general rules. You got to be a subscriber to my page, and then you're going to like this video. Cut off for this is going to be, what is today? Cut off for this is going to be Sunday, which Sunday's date is, because today is the 23rd, which is Wednesday, but the cutoff for this is going to be December 27th. Yep, Sunday, December 27th will be the cutoff for this. So again, to enter in the drawing to win this vision journal as well as this weekly intentions and goals petite planner, you are going to give us some dialogue down below in the comments about your goals and intentions that you have kind of set up for 2021. And then you must be a subscriber to my channel, and you are gonna like this video. I'm sorry, I was reading something. That is so rude. So there you have it. If you all enjoyed this video, definitely give me a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you are not subscribed. And I'll see you next time, guys. Peace.